Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Zen interior wall sconce. This is the 20117, and I happen to have one right here, so we can take a better, closer look at it. There's also a beautiful matching pendant, and that's going to be the 13217. Check that out too. So I love this fixture in so many ways. It really shows the craftsmanship. And the craft of forging itself is the bending of metal through heat and pressure, and that's what this is all about. So you have these panels that have been crafted by incredibly skilled people at Hubbardton Forge. They really show off what they can do in the forging department. So you can also see, if you get a chance, I'm going to hold this up pretty close to you, you should be able to see this, a bit of a pattern on this. And what happens is, during the heating process, when you're heating up iron, it forms what's called a crust on it, basically. And that's something that you can see in different finishes, not this finish, but if you go back to our finishes help guide tab, it's on the left hand side, watch the video there, play around on that tab for a bit, and it'll kind of show you that if this was in dark smoke or bronze, one of those things, a translucent finish, all of this modeling you would see here, this kind of texture, there would be lighter and darker areas on it. So on this piece, this is sterling, and this looks to me like real sterling silver. It's pretty wild. Anyway, on this I can still feel the texture, but it doesn't come through because it's an opaque finish. So it's a good idea to go watch that. Anyway, let's get into some of the details about this. This is 13.9 inches tall, and that's just about 14 inches tall. The width on it is coming in at 8.2, and it's pretty flush to the wall. You can see it's only 4.4 inches. So this is a really good sconce to have in places like stairways or hallways where you need to get by it really easily. The back plate on it is going to be 9 inches, and that's going to be from here to here. You'll notice it's indented a little bit. 9 inches tall, 5.3 inches wide. And the mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of your J box. This is what you guys have on your wall, a junction box, and it's going to come in at 6.7. So I also want to show you a little bit more information about that, and a good opportunity to see like where the wires come out and all those little details is to look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list, which is basically the fixture itself, and then you have this as a mounting bracket. This is what's going to go on your junction box, and you'll notice the holes built just like that. Anyway, so these install sheets have really good line drawings that you can show to your installer, and just so they have an idea of what they need to put on the wall for you. And that's going to be on all the Hubbardton Forge fixtures, so always take advantage of that if you can. It's only coming in at 8 pounds, so it's pretty light. It is not that heavy, even though it looks pretty heavy. And let's talk about what's going on inside of this, because that's going to be pretty important too. It's going to be using one of these. This is a medium base socket, and if we check it out together, we can see, let's see, how are we going here? It's going to be facing down, so really it's going to be like this. You're going to have a lot of light coming out of these gaps, and it's going to wash over all these textures. It's going to be a really beautiful piece of sculpture, almost like an incredible piece of deco sculpture, the design anyway. So if you want to stick with an A19 bulb, and that's what you should use in this, that's what will fit. It's a traditional size light bulb, nothing special about it, easy to get, just screws in, medium base socket like I said. You can still use an incandescent up to, if you want to, up to 75 watts, and that's going to be because of the heat that a 75 watt incandescent generates inside of this. But if you want to go LED, and I think you should, you can do a lot better than that. So old school LEDs like this, easy to get. I can find this 60 watt equivalent, 40 watt equivalent, 75 watt equivalent, and probably up to 100 watt equivalent, and that would be the same for this. This is a phosphorus one. This is probably the one I would pick to go in here versus this one. So when you have these kind of older ones, you have a hotter spot on the top, the cooler spot right there, but on these there's a chip, a microchip built into the base of it, and you basically have light coming from all around. So, and that's what I want on this. I want light to become kind of pouring out of every little crevice and kind of washing over the fixture. That's my goal here. So anyway, easy to get. They call them just clear LEDs. Any place you can find this, you can find this, both places. I tend to pick these up at Home Depot. It's just their house brand, whatever it is very good. And I usually get like a 60 or 75 watt equivalent if I'm doing something like this. However, you can find these in 100 watt equivalents out in the world too, and I've seen them on Amazon, an A19, so just remember that. Color of the light coming out of these is going to be kind of important. We talk about that in every video. 2700 Kelvin, super yellow light like a setting sun, escaping all these little crevices here. but they're also going to offer this bulb to you in daylight. And daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, like sunlight, but it's not. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. That's going to be kind of like a convenience store on an overcast day. So that's the bluish white light that you see from there. What I like to use in our showroom, coming from these LEDs above, is warm white, soft white. That's going to give me the same kind of glow as an incandescent bulb, and that's that nice washing light coming down here on this table. Warm white, soft white, 3,000 Kelvin, that's what we like to use. Dimmable bulbs, yes, I would probably just pick them up automatically because that's what we do. I don't think you necessarily have to dim this fixture down. You know, another great place to put this would be a home theater, because it wouldn't really interfere with the light coming onto you when you're trying to watch something, or even just around in a TV room, if you want to call it that. But even a living room too, it'll put nice ambient light around the room, but it won't be distracting when you're trying to watch something. That's where I definitely would put in the dimmable bulb. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.